So in the previous video, we talked about how to use unit conversions, also known as factor analysis or dimensional analysis, how to use that technique in one step to convert one unit from another. And when I say one step, I mean we only needed one conversion factor to go from the unit that we were given to the desired unit or the unit we were looking for. If life was only so easy. Many times you will have to use multiple or more than two or more conversion factors to go from the unit you were given to the unit you are looking for. That is the case with this example too. Let's say I have someone's height in centimeters. George is 182.9 centimeters. And I want to know how many feet that is. So looking at the table of conversion factors in the previous video, you can see that there's a conversion factor between centimeters and inches, but not a direct one between feet and inches. Or between, I'm sorry, there's one between feet and inches, but there's not a direct conversion factor between centimeters and feet. So in that case, we need to do two steps. We need to go from our given conversion, our given unit, which is in centimeters, which is written down here. So you write down what you're given, number and unit. Write down the unit that you're looking for, which is feet. That's what I need to find. And I don't know directly how to go from centimeters to feet, but I do know that there's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. And that conversion factor is written here, and it's written so that my centimeter units cancel, and I'm left with inches on top. And now I can go from my desired unit, which is feet, by saying that there's 12 inches in a foot. And again, that's written so that my inch units cancel, and I'm left with foot, which is great because that is the unit that I'm looking for. So in your calculator, everything that is in the numerator gets multiplied, everything that's in the denominator gets divided. And I didn't show this for the other two examples, but if there's nothing in the denominator, you can think about that as being over 1. So again, your calculator may be a little different in how you enter numbers and if parentheses are important or not. But basically, 182.9 multiplied by 1, divide by 2.54, multiply by 1, divide by 12. Oh, sorry. And our final answer is going to be dependent, for the sig figs, will be dependent on the number of sig figs for the answer. My given has 4 significant figures, so my answer needs to have 4 significant figures. So the answer that you should get from your calculator with regards to sig figs and rounding should be 6.001 foot. So that's an example of how you do multi-step unit conversion problems. I guess the other thing I should mention is that you see that when I write my units, I see them cancel. I like to go back and make sure that they cancel properly so that the unit that is left is the unit that I am looking for. The other point that I will make with regards to entering things in your calculator, when I talked through this example, you saw that I just said multiply and divide. Another way that you could do this problem as far as entering it in your calculator, if you feel more comfortable doing it this way, is to multiply everything that's in the numerator, write that answer down, multiply everything that's in the denominator, write that answer down, and then go back and do the division. What do I mean by that? If I was to do that problem in that manner, I would do 182.9, multiply by 1, multiply by 1. Obviously, my answer for that's going to be 182.9. I know I'm just showing the numbers here. Then I would go ahead and, in my denominator, multiply the two numbers in the denominator. So 2.54 multiplied by 12, I get 30.48. when I multiply those two. You can read that. Write that down. Now I'm going to go back and divide those two. So 182.9 divided by 30.48, and you should get exactly the same answer when rounding and to 4 sig figs. So if you feel more comfortable putting the calculations, the numbers in your calculator that way, multiplying everything in the numerator, writing that number down, multiplying everything in the denominator, writing that number down, and then doing the division, then that's fine as well. So that's how you do multi-step conversion problems. In the next slide, we're going to do 2 more examples, medically related examples, and then after that, there'll be more examples that we'll talk through.